So, you're looking for an iconic F3 diesel to add to your O-gauge fleet. But which end of the spectrum do you go with? Do you go full-scale, super detailed legacy design, or a more budget-friendly engine set from Menards? If you ask me, there's a better option than the extremes that our friend Chris has compared. This is the Lionchief 2.0 F3, and it's got the best of both worlds packed into one impressive diesel. Actually, make that two. In today's Lionel review, you'll see why the middle ground is still strong to stand on. Since our channel is home to the secondhand overland, it should come as no surprise that the unit featured in this video is another Union Pacific. There are other road names offered, but operation covered in this review is identical between all of the variations. The set you see featured here has number 1445 as the powered A unit, and the 1455 as the dummy A unit that's along for the ride. The history buff in me appreciates that these F3s would have been fielded by the Union Pacific Railroad in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. In fact, the dummy unit in this set, 1455, was actually sent back to the electromotive division of GM to serve as parts to build the F9 diesels. So technically, it outlived the 1445 powered unit in this set. Aesthetically, these two are identical, but the powered unit also has painted cab figures, houses the speaker and motors, and is able to be controlled by the Lionchief Bluetooth app, a Lionchief universal remote, or even command control. I should note that utilizing a command control system will give you a little more variation of crew talk, actually quite a lot more, which certainly makes it feel more upscale. The dialogue may not be road name specific, but our trusty dispatcher and Mr. Lionel have more than enough lines to keep things interesting. There's no super bass here, but for a semi-scale engine with one speaker, this set throws some sound. The effects move smoothly in sync with the operation unless you're making quick movements that will make even scale modeler snobs cringe, though they do eventually catch up with themselves. There are also switches underneath both units that are easy to access. The powered and dummy unit feature forward and reverse lights that'll switch when they're back to back. There's also individual smoke output and 2 electrocouplers. It's good to note that these diesels are intended to be run together, so the electrocouplers only work on the front of each unit. There's a non-operational coupler holding the two together back to back. It can get confusing sometimes running this engine forward or reverse, but thankfully the number boards are lit nicely for easy visual identification, and they don't bleed through because they're nice. If these shells look familiar to you, they're actually retooled semi-scale bodies from the MPC era. As such, they pair perfectly with my MPC era Pullman cars, though I did notice that the shade of yellow used is slightly different than what they used on the cars from the 80s. It's still not a big deal and hardly noticeable, so I'd say if you're looking for cars to pair with these, grab a set. From a looks perspective, this isn't going to beat out the scale proportions or detail that the Lionel Legacy set has, but I do think it looks better than the Menards version, especially since the big waving flag on the Menards unit isn't period correct. This Lionel version stays truer to history. However, the controls and features here are more in line with what the Legacy set offers. The operation is smooth, it can crawl into a yard easily, pull hugely long trains, and even though it doesn't come with its own controller like the Menards version, there are more features and options here for control. It may be double the price of the Menards set, but at least it's not quadruple. And then some, like that Legacy set is. I really feel like these Lionchief F3s are a great value. The only catch is, these were released in the 2020 Lionel catalog, so finding this set might be difficult. Still, if you want a set of F3s that are modern enough to be packed with these features, but still have enough cash left over to maybe find some cars for them to pull, this is a great option, and I highly recommend them. Thanks for watching. I hope these reviews are as informative as they are fun for me to make. There's more Lionel reviews on this playlist, and we're making new ones every month. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on more, and like or leave a comment. Thanks for tuning in to Datafied.